The week was long, your feet are tired, could use a vacation. Just gather round and join with Dub, it's Monday Motivation. Monday Motivation.
Hello friends, good Monday morning. Welcome to Monday Motivation, the final Monday Motivation of July of bdubfit. Don't forget, use the hashtag bdubfit. Leave one positive thing that you've done for yourself today to help with your wellness journey. And as this is the final Monday Motivation of July, that means we are moving into near the end. Near the end is probably a loose term, but we're coming up on, 60% of the year done, maybe more than that, or less than that, I don't know. I can't math right now, but 7 months complete with hashtag bdubfit, which is amazing how fast the year 2022 has gone by. It's been a weird paradox of time. 2020 felt like it took forever. But then 2021's gone fast, 2022's gone fast. So everything that has changed in our world has really made a lot of things in terms of timing feel off, mess with your internal clock. And that brings me to our quote for today, which is on passion, and it is from Nelson Mandela. And that quote is, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than one you are capable of living." I think that's a great quote. And the reason that I brought up the time and how fast the year's moving is so many of us find ourselves in places where we're not living the life that we want, or that we thought we wanted, or that we once wanted, or that we feel we're capable of living. We find ourselves stuck in the mud without passion for what we're doing. And I've been in different places in my life. It's interesting. Over my career, I started my career, I was in education, I was a teacher, I was a coach, I worked with young folks and really tried to help them get to the next stage. I did that for about a decade, and then the last decade of my life I've been in corporate world and honestly in a world where I try to maximize profits for an organization. I always try to keep people first, but I live in the corporate world. That's the world I live in. And I changed my career from a career that I was relatively passionate about. I enjoyed coaching and teaching. I enjoyed working with kids. I especially enjoyed seeing the finished product and seeing what kids would get, into a field that I don't have a lot of passion for. You know, does it necessarily matter to me emotionally if our company has an all-time year or not? It doesn't really, if I'm honest with you. It's a work. I go to work to fund the things I do outside of work. It's just a job. I don't talk often about my work with any of my friends or family. It's just work. How was work today? Well, they paid me. Then it's great. That's it. That's kind of the extent of what my conversation is, unless things are, in an unusual place. And I left something that I talked a lot more about, that I was a lot more passionate about. And the reason I did that was it did not afford me the opportunity to do the things I wanted to do in my life. So while at work, I did a lot more meaningful, passionate things. Outside of work, I couldn't do anything. The difference in a teacher's salary and the salary that you make in corporate America is pretty drastic, especially once I had my master's degree and so forth. And I wanted to live a life that I felt capable of living, not just in the workplace. I wanted to be able to do it with my family, with my friends, to be able to travel, to be able to see things and do things and have things that I never thought would be possible, to experience life. I can remember the very first time I traveled for work and I went to New York City, and I don't know that I would have ever been to New York City if I hadn't changed careers. But work had me travel to New York City, and this is probably 2013, somewhere around there, maybe 2012. And the first thing I did after I checked out my hotels, I went to the top of the Empire State Building. Never been high in a building like that, never done anything like that. And at this point, I'm almost 30 years old when that's going on. And I remember looking out and seeing as far as you can see, and you can see multiple states, and seeing what looked like so many people tiny below you, and all the buildings and all the water and everything, and just realizing how much bigger the world is than what I had made my world. And it broadened my horizons, and it made me want to do more things and share more things. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to chase my passion to have a bigger life than I currently had, to have more people involved, to be able to do things for more people, to be able to tangibly make a difference in my family's life and my friend's life, to be able to have experiences that I could have never had. That was my passion, and I chose to live it. And I had to change careers, and changing careers was hard, and it had a lot of challenges with it, and it wasn't under the greatest circumstances, but it made my horizons grow. And instead of chasing the passion of what I was doing every day at work, I decided to chase the passion for the rest of my life. And that gets complicated, right? You'll hear a lot of people say, if you work a job that you're passionate about, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's true. That is true. If you can match up a job you're passionate about that funds the life you want to live. Very often, the job that you're passionate about means you're going to sacrifice quite a bit in the personal life. Some people are perfectly willing to do that, right? That is a you decision, and whoever you are. When you evaluate, okay, job X, I love it. It's great, it's wonderful, but it doesn't pay what this job pays. And this job pays a lot more, but it's going to be harder, and I'm not going to love it as much, and it's going to feel like going to work. Well, do you want what this job affords, or would you rather not have it and have more contentment at work? Like, those are things that we have to explore. And I bring all this up because I did that late in my life, in my opinion. I did that when I was almost 30 years old. I changed careers, and I know a lot of the current generation, and my generation even, changes jobs a lot, even changes careers every 3 or 4 years. That's a normal thing. But I still was raised and remember my family members working at the same place their entire career, retiring from one place. And I think there's a lot of respect and pride in that. And, I hope that I can retire from the current company that I work with today, that I've been with for 11 years. That's what I would like to happen. I want to show loyalty to that company and finish my career there. But I waited. I could be 21 years with the company instead of 11 years, but I waited. And that time is moving so fast. San Diego Comic-Con's happening this weekend, or just happened. It's been 3 years since San Diego Comic-Con happened. 2019, and it's 2022. That's amazing. You think about how long a gap that was. And I remember some of the things that happened during Comic-Con that year, and they seem like yesterday or 3 years ago. Time is going fast. So, my challenge for this week. What is it that you're passionate about? Is it something in the workplace? Is it something in a hobby? Is it something with family and friends? What is it? Go do that. If it's something like this, I grew up in a family, and my dad's a minister, and granddad was a minister for a long time. Lots of teachers, lots of public figures in my family, people that have been political office, and all these different things. I come from a family of speakers, people that speak, that share, that try to help impact other people. That's a thing I do have a passion about. And I used to do as a teacher, and I don't get to do it as much anymore. So now I do it here. I do it with YouTube. I do it for all of you that watch Monday Motivation. Because it's a thing I'm passionate about. To try to share whatever I feel could help with each of you. And these videos get way less views than every other video I do. But you know what? I don't stop doing them. I don't go, well, the rest of my audience isn't watching it. I'm just going to give up on this. No, this is the most important video I will do this week. This one. It'll get the least amount of views, but it's the most important that I will do this week. That's why I do it, because I'm passionate about it. If one person watches it and it makes a difference in their life, then it's positive. If no one watches it, I still did a thing I was passionate about, and I shared it. And you got to think about that. So what is it that you're passionate about, and how today, can you take a step to chase that passion? What is that thing? I encourage you to think about it, evaluate where it is. Remember, it's not necessarily changing jobs, work. A lot of people, including me, work so that I can do the things I'm passionate about outside of work. Sometimes you got to make that step, right? You need to change jobs to get into a better paying job so that you can go do the things you're passionate about. Often you get stuck in a job you don't like, and it doesn't give you enough funds and vacation or whatever to go do the things you want to do. That's when you got to make a pivot. So think about what's a thing you're passionate about. What's a step you're going to take this week to chase that passion? That's my encouragement. That's my motivation for this Monday. I'll talk to you next week.